Hi, welcome. Thanks for joining me. On this episode of Build Your Own, we're going to build, price, and option a 2019 Genesis G90 5.0 Ultimate, as well as learn about the features and other configurations. Before we do that, I just want to remind you that if you find this build and price review helpful, informative, or entertaining, please like, share, and subscribe to my channel. The 2019 Genesis G90 has comfort-first driving dynamics that won't raise the pulse of serious drivers, but it provides a plush ride. Long journeys are rejuvenating rather than tedious. Even the G90's least expensive model, it's hard to call it base, is fitted with handsome materials and provides a comprehensive list of equipment that some other brands offer as optional extras. The well-appointed but restrained interior complements exterior styling that is handsome and upscale but avoids overly flashy details. The harmonious 2019 Genesis G90 is a low-key luxury sedan that's high on value. The 2019 Genesis G90 is a large luxury sedan with seating for 5. Other than colors, shoppers have just one main choice, V6 or V8 engine. The 3.3-liter T premium model has a turbocharged 3.3-liter V6 that makes 365 horsepower and 376 pound-feet of torque under the hood, while the 5.0 Ultimate Sport has a 5-liter V8 that makes 420 horsepower and 383 pound-feet of torque. Now, both engines use an 8-speed automatic transmission. Rear-wheel drive is standard, and as you can see here, you can option either one with all-wheel drive, and that bumps each one of their prices up respectively. If we look at the prices, the MSRPs for the 2019 Genesis G90, the 3.3T starts at $69,359 for a rear-wheel drive model, while the Genesis G90 5.0 starts at $73,850 for a rear-wheel drive model. Now, if you bump them up to all-wheel drive, then the 3.3-liter becomes $71,850, and the 5.0 becomes $76,350. No matter which trim you choose, though, the 2019 Genesis G90 is filled to the brim with luxury appointments. But for a small increase over the base 3.3T Premium, I'd get the 5-liter Ultimate for its lusty V8 engine and upgraded rear seat accommodations. If you live with inclement weather, there's optional all-wheel drive, but I prefer the feel of rear-wheel drive on the road. Okay, let's get into this build and price review of the 2019 Genesis G90 uber luxury sedan. Honestly, it's gorgeous. I already see the heads-up display. I can see the heads-up right in the windshield here. We're obviously going to start off looking at the gallery. I'm already into it, getting started without you, I suppose. Real fast, before I forget, I did a build and price on the 2019 G70, the little bit smaller one than this, the little bit sportier one than this. And so if you like the Genesis brand, you're interested in just Genesis products in general, I'm going to put a link up in the corner right now to the 2019 Genesis G70. Good looking car, isn't it? It's a good looking sedan. The front end looks a little but you know what? It can grow on me. Actually, the more I've looked at some of the Genesis products and stuff like that as I've been doing build and price reviews and this and that, yeah, I guess it is growing on me a little bit. And, you know, I'm kind of getting over the brand thing as far as what a luxury car should be, meaning like, should it be a Mercedes? Should it be a BMW? I guess it should be whatever you want it to be. This Genesis is really nice, and it's not cheap. You saw the MSRPs. We just talked about them. They're not cheap, but they're giving you a lot of car for the money, and I think it's pretty cool. We'll just run through these other two exterior photos real fast. Here's a nice shot of the back 3/4 angle. Does that show anything? See, this clicking that down doesn't show anything. But this is a nice shot. I like this angle here. Kind of looks like a big 7 Series, meaning a BMW 7 Series. And here is a nice front angled shot of the 2019 Genesis G90. Let's check out some interior photos, huh? But let's do this little virtual walk-around thing here first. Let's do this. This looks pretty good. It's a nice-looking car. This one they're showing is a 5-liter. Look at the LED lights. Kind of reminds me of a Jaguar XJ. Yeah, very nice. Very, very nice. And if you're wondering what a Jaguar XJ looks like and those tail lights and why I say that, let me pull up an image. Okay, so here is a Jaguar XJ, a little bit older model, but you can see the tail lights. You can see the tail lights. Now, was I wrong? No, not so much. Okay, let's move on. Let's take a look at these delicious, and I mean that. Let's take a look at these delicious interior photos. Look at this interior. It's gorgeous. I mean, this is a brand that really, at the end of the day, is unknown of. I think Genesis is really an extension of Hyundai. At the end of the day, I think it's the upper level. Yeah, I'm pretty sure the upper level of Hyundai. Look at the interior. Look at the back seat here. Here they're showing the rear seat and obviously all its luxury appointments. If you want to be driven around, then you're going to want all this gear and bits and all that here in the back. I can see that there's you can adjust the seats, right? So you can move these seats to and fro, recline them. You've got, I can see there's screens back here, so you can probably control the infotainment center and all that. Very, very, very cool. Let's see what other photos we have here. Here's a nice shot of from the driver's seat, looking at the instrument cluster, and also the heads-up display. And like I always say, if you watch this channel, you know I love heads-up display. If you do not watch this channel, you see this little subscribe thing down here in the corner, right down here? Yeah, just click that, and then you'll know. Okay, so what else we got here? Look at that shifter. Looks gorgeous. Looks kind of Audi, new Porsche-like. Not going to pull up a photo, but trust me on that. That looks really good. I like the veneer, too. And what I mean by the veneer is the wood. They also call that trim. Sometimes, depending on the manufacturer, sometimes they might call it wood. Sometimes they might call it trim. And sometimes they might call it veneer, right? And I think the veneer is more of an older term. They don't really use anymore. Here's a nice shot of the infotainment center. They've got an analog clock there. Here's your hazard button. You've got your hard buttons down here. So that's cool. I wonder if this is a touch screen. And then you also have your shortcut hard buttons down here underneath the clock and underneath your AC vents. At any rate, we just saw the interior and the exterior photos for the 2019 Genesis G90, and we did that little virtual walk around. So let's move on. Okay, so let's talk about the design of the 2019 Genesis G90. But before we do that real fast, let me show you what's kind of going on if you haven't watched any of my videos before. What we're going to do here is we're just going to really actually, and now that we've looked at the video, the gallery, and we've kind of just seen the images, now we want to go through the features. So we can see up here there's a tab. We've got design features, safety features, technology features, then experience, whatever that is, we'll find out, and then performance features. So we're going to go through these 5 tabs, these 5 little categories. So we're going to find out all about the features of the 2019 Genesis G90, whether that's the 3.3 or the 5.0 Ultimate, because it really seems like they both come very well appointed, and your only real choice is what exterior colors you want, and interior colors, and what engine size you want, whether you want a V6 or the V8. Okay, so let's find out about these design features. Up top here, they say no stone left unturned. So let's see. With no detail too small, what else? They're just letting us know that there's premium leather, hands-free smart trunk, power soft closed doors, adjustable ambient lighting, and the word that I don't see that's absent so far, we're just getting started though, is the word available. Right now, when you go to other manufacturers' websites, they'll start talking about all these things, but then they'll preface it with the word available, which means it's optional. It's not standard. So far, we haven't seen the word available. And so I'm kind of feeling that all of this stuff is going to be standard fare. Now, let's find out about these seats. So they're very special seats, apparently. They're 22-way adjustable driver seat. This seat was created by this guy named, I can't even pronounce this guy's name, but he's a back and spine specialist. And so I guess he's designed the ergonomics, I'm assuming, of this seat. And so they've got these other clickable tabs. Let's find out what they say and do. Oh, neat. So heated ventilated seats with available ventilation. Heated leather seats with available ventilation. So you get that, right? Full grain Napa leather featuring 3 levels of heating and optional cooling. And you're getting the Napa leather interior here. Here they're talking about with the beautiful veneers, first of all. But take a note here. Now take a note really fast of the color of this wood here versus the color of all this wood up top here. I mean, they look completely different. At any rate, going forward, they're talking about the rear seat integrated memory system, right? This is available. Now, this is optional. This says the available system remembers up to 3 passengers' preferred seating positions and instantly readjusts them with just a touch of a button. That's not really too impressive. I don't know how much extra you got to pay for that, but yeah, let's find out about this other one here real fast. Here they're just telling us about your, the seating or this vehicle has, I guess, 2-seat driver memory. And they're letting us know that, yeah, you can, the driver's seat, exterior mirrors, steering wheel, heads-up display are automatically adjusted to your stored preferences with one button, whether it's this button or the number 2 button. So you can save settings for 2 different drivers, apparently. Talking a little bit more about design, really, they're just kind of telling us here that just about the build quality, honestly, that it's insulated, structural design materials to diminish road noise, vibration, and hardness. So yeah, basically they're trying to let you know that this thing's supposed to ride like a luxury automobile, quiet inside. There's a power tilt and slide sunroof. Now, the word available is not there, so we are going to assume that it is standard equipment. I love this stuff right here. The power rear side window and rear sunshades. This is pretty cool. You can control those with a button. Side and rear sunshades create an even more personal backseat cocoon. And, well, they make it less bright back there because the sun can really beam on your backseat occupants. There's the car looks very handsome here, by the way. Looks very handsome from this angle. You put a set of aftermarket custom wheels on this thing, and you're talking, buddy. At any rate, hands-free smart trunk with auto open feature. Right? It says stand adjacent to the trunk with the smart key in your pocket, and after 3 seconds, the hands-free smart trunk will automatically open, allowing convenient access even when both hands are full. So there you go. You can open this thing even if your hands are full. You just got to know exactly where to stand and have the key on you. How about some other notable design features? The power door system with the soft closed doors. That's really awesome. The first vehicles that I really knew that did that were the 7 Series and 5 Series BMWs from 2013, 2011 on up, 2009 on up. Yeah, so that's cool. They've got that feature. Very, very nice. It's like they've kind of thrown everything in these Genesis, and they're very nice vehicles. Here in the center, we've got what? Ambient interior lighting. So you can choose from 7 colors of LED mood lamps on the door trims and dash. That's pretty cool. That's another feature that's really big on vehicles these days, especially upscale luxury vehicles with this ambient lighting deal. And Genesis was made sure they're not going to miss out on that. Lastly, there's these puddle approach lamps. That's pretty cool. So I'm assuming there's a little light right underneath the side mirror, and it's got a shape in it or some kind of picture on it that's going to put the Genesis logo on the ground and illuminate your path as you enter the cabin so you don't step on any puddles or anything like that. Pretty cool. Okay, we got through design. We found out about some design features. Let's talk safety features. Genesis is saying here that they've just been around 3 years and they're already receiving major industry recognition. They don't say from what, and they're not specific, but let's find out about the safety features of this 2019 G90. Well, there's smart cruise control with stop and go. If you watch this channel, you also know that I'm just not really, if I don't do cruise control, I mean, everybody seems to be really big on this, so cruise control must really be a big deal to everybody else, because I can really almost count on one hand how many times I've used it in my whole life. I've been driving a long time. At any rate, this vehicle, the G90 2019, has the smart cruise control with stop and go, right? It uses a front-mounted radar sensor that can detect the distance. It can come to a full stop. Speed and distance control is re-engaged after the car ahead starts moving again. So it's a real smart system. Then there's the lane keeping assist. Now the lane keeping assist detects unintended lane departure, and it can apply slight steering measures to keep you from drifting out of your lane. So it's an active system that can actually bring you back in your lane. Then we have what? We have smart blind spot detection. This is interesting. Smart blind spot detection will alert you if it senses a vehicle in your blind spot or approaching at high speed from behind, and prevents blind spot collisions by automatically applying front brakes to help steer away from potential collision. Rear cross traffic collision warning helps warn you of vehicles approaching from the rear sides. That's pretty cool, actually, because sometimes people are approaching so fast you don't even see it, even if you are paying attention. Well, this is kind of like Mercedes attention assist. Genesis calls it driver attention alert, right? This is just like the Mercedes attention assist. It's looking for patterns of fatigue and distraction and all this from the driver, and it's going to alert you and let you know, hey, maybe you should pull over and, not crash us type of deal. There's this automatic emergency braking, which is really cool. So say that for whatever reason, you're just not paying attention. You look away for a split second, whatever. This thing can, the G90 automatic emergency braking can detect slower or stop vehicles ahead, as well as pedestrians, and can engage automatic braking for you. Okay, so we found out about the design features. We found out about the safety features. Now we're going to talk about the technology features of our 2019 Genesis G90. And then when we get through these, then after that, we've got the experience and the performance features. And after we get through those, then yes, we're going to get into the build and price. We're going to do the V8. I like the 5.0 Ultimate. Here, they're just really talking about how awesome they are, really. They're just telling you that they sacrifice nothing, right? They've got attentive touches like heads-up display, high-definition navigation, a round view monitor, which sounds like a surround view camera, or something like that. So yeah, and it looks very, very nice in there. Very elegant in there. Here's a nice shot of the rear seat in all its awesomeness. And here's your infotainment. Look, you do have access to that radio, media, map, navigation setup. Pretty cool. Look at the big chrome speaker covers. They really try to emulate everything of the big German sedans, don't they? The Genesis? I think so. Here they're letting us know that these are dual 10.3-inch HD screens. This is an available system. This is not standard. The rear seat entertainment system is not standard. All right? Just so we know that. The high-end stereos that they use is called Lexicon. And yeah, this one features 17 speakers, Clarify music restoration technology, and that Clarify music restoration technology. Here, there's the standard navigation system that we're seeing here with points of interest. That's pretty cool, and it's got full smartphone integration with connectivity, and I guess they mean Bluetooth connectivity. I'll say it for them. Here's another shot of that infotainment or the high-definition navigation system. The category's first high-definition 12.3-inch display with split screen allows you to conveniently check navigational information as well as other audio-visual data simultaneously. So here's the navigation, and then over here, they've got a split screen that can do other things what you want, whatever you want it to do. That's kind of, well, there's going to be a set amount of things, but that's cool. You got some options there. Okay, let's talk about the heads-up display first. We're going to start from right to left. So yeah, there's the heads-up display. It's real cool. We can see that it shows speed. Obviously, it's showing some navigation. I don't know what other information it shows. It says road ahead, speed, and other critical vehicle and systems information. So I don't know if it shows any music stuff. Here in the middle, they say that there's a wireless charging. I see USB charge port, and I'll see an aux charge port. If you got to get down and dirty with it, you can always go aux to aux in for your music and all of that. And then they've got what here? A round view monitor, which, like I said, is a surround view camera. They just call it something different. So you can see all around the vehicle, so you're not like hitting things, and you just get a better perspective. Some of them call it a bird's eye view as well. So this is interesting. They're talking about something called the Genesis Experience. They've got these little clickable tabs that'll give us a little information, Let's find out. Oh, that's what they mean by the experience. Let's find out about the Genesis experience really, really fast. It won't take us long. And then we'll check out the performance, and then we're on to the build-in price. So the first tab I clicked was the Genesis Connected Services, and this is apparently a complimentary. You get it complimentary, I guess, when you buy the car new, of course. 3-year complimentary service, which includes a suite of safety, guidance, and remote features such as enhanced roadside assistance, destination search, and remote start with climate control for your vehicle. There's the Genesis Service Valet. Now, what is this now? Now, this is a complimentary service that you get for 3 years or 36,000 miles. They can perform a remote diagnostic check. They can pick up your vehicle. They can send a courtesy replacement and return your car to you when it's ready. They'll do that for the first 3 years or 36,000 miles. That's complimentary. Then, of course, there's multimedia and navigation updates. You get that for 3 years to make sure that you're accessing the most up-to-date mapping information. Updates are available annually as part of your routine maintenance visit. Okay. There's complimentary scheduled maintenance for 3 years or 36,000 miles, whichever comes first, plus complimentary oil changes every normally scheduled maintenance appointment. Very cool. If you're into the Sirius XM traffic and all access and all that, they being Genesis, give you a 3-month trial. You get 150 channels of news, talk, and entertainment if you're into all the Sirius XM stuff. Then lastly, for the Genesis experience, there's the 24/7 enhanced roadside assistance that provides tire changes or transportation to the nearest Genesis dealership or authorized service facility. And also included is reimbursement of any overnight inconvenience. Very cool. If the car breaks down under warranty. Okay, so that was the Genesis experience. That was interesting. Let's finally check the performance. And yeah, then we'll be ready to do the bill and price. So we already know about this stuff, actually. The V6, well, what we didn't know is the V6 is a twin turbo. The V6 engine, if you go with the 3.3T, which is still not a bad option, mind you, it's still not a bad option. There's nothing wrong with it. Makes 365 horse. The V8, the 5.0, is the silky smooth, refined, 420 horsepower V8. And then, like I already said in the beginning, doesn't matter whether you get the V6 or the V8, they both come mated with that automatic 8-speed transmission with Shiftronic. All right, so it's got steering wheel mounted paddle shifters, and there's even rev matching. Okay, so they're trying to throw a little bit of sport in this thing, a little bit. Okay, starting from the right, like I was saying, these vehicles come standard in rear-wheel drive. But you can also option either the 3.3 or the 5.0 Ultimate, 3.3 T Premium or the 5.0 Ultimate with all-wheel drive, either or. And we already talked about the price comparisons way back in the beginning. Here in the middle, there's an adaptive control suspension, right? This provides more independent and efficient dampening force control. This is just going to help this car ride more elegantly at high speeds, be more stable, drive smoother, all that there. So that seems like that's just par for the course for the car. There's nothing extra to be had with that. They're just telling us about some of these performance features. And then there's the intelligent drive mode. A lot of vehicle manufacturers, a lot of vehicles in general have drive modes for their transmission that you can choose. And they've got 4 of them here. Eco is for conserving fuel. Normal mode is for comfort. Sport is for dynamic driving. And then snow, well, you get it for low traction conditions. And what this does when you change these settings, what it does is it modifies the engine throttle response. When you touch the gas, how that makes the engine respond, right? That's what throttle response means. Your transmission shift points. So your transmission is probably going to hold those low gears a little bit longer. And then how the steering feels. And so those are the intelligent drive modes. A lot of manufacturers are doing it. Genesis is no different. They're on the bandwagon with that. Well, dang, we're at the bottom of the page. You know what that means? That means we're going to go do the build-in price. Let's go do the build-in price. Okay, so here we are at the build-in price. Right now, they're showing us with the 3.3T. I know that when we select a trim later, we can move to the 5.0 Ultimate. But there's a few things I guess they want us to do here first, or are we just looking around? Kind of guess we're just looking around. So we showed what? The wipers. We can see the wipers work. What do we got here? Driver's seat. Wow, look at this. Hang on a second. So we could take a look from the we could take a look from the driver's seat and even take a look around. And that headrest is right in our way. Thank you very much. So yeah, that is the interior. Let's go click those other tabs. Oh, there's other tabs in here. So the clock, we can take a look at the clock. Got it. What else can we do in here? Oh, I saw something else. Maybe not. Yep, the glove box. We can take a look at the glove box. We can take a look at the interior lights. There's the interior. Oh, you see the interior lights. There they are. The windows. The windows are going up and down. What else is there? There's the center console. Very cool. We already did all those. Oh, what's this? That's the window thing, right? The window. We can see the windows go up and down. We can open the sunroof. Very cool. That's really awesome that they're making it. I mean, it's no big deal, but it is kind of a little bit fun. We can't really reach back there. What was oh, there's a ton of stuff. What's this one? Rear seat. Let's get back here real fast. Let's get back here real fast. We're playing. We're acting silly. Exit interior. Yeah, let's just get out of the interior. Well, there's one thing to click. Rear controls. Let's check it out. Let's check out the rear controls. All right, I guess that's it. Let's get out of the exterior or the interior. Go click a few more of those tabs and then finish the build, or start the build, I should say. Okay, let's stop goofing around. We're going to choose all-wheel drive. Actually, I wanted to go with rear-wheel drive, actually. We're going to go with a rear-wheel drive sedan. You know, why? Because you know what? I should have thought about this eons ago. I just did a build-in price, actually, the 2019 Audi A8. Yeah, the big boy, A8L. And I only did that in rear-wheel drive, and so that's why. I'm going to go ahead and put a link up to that right now, although I'm going to put a link up to that way earlier, actually. Okay, so now we have our Genesis G90 5.0 Ultimate Rear-Wheel Drive selected. Like I said, that has a starting MSRP of $73,850. The color that they're showing right now is Victoria Black. But we can also choose Himalayan Gray, Santiago Silver, Casablanca White. Looks like there's only 6 colors. Adriatic Blue, and a Serengeti Brown. I'm not really crazy about any of them, to be honest with you. So I think we're going to go with the, let's go with the Santiago Silver. Let's go with the Santiago Silver and just keep it simple. Let's move on to the packages. Let's move on to packages. Where are we at here? Okay. They're so well appointed, there are no packages. There are no packages. We've got the black leather. What else is there? This tells us all the standard stuff that we're getting. We got the black leather. What, are we off to the... We can already go to the summary. Let's check out the accessories real fast. Is there anything we want in the accessories at least? Everything's included. Everything's included. Well, you know what? Then let's just go to the summary. Let's just go to the summary. All right, we're out the door really for $75,000. We're out the door for $75,000, and basically the deal was everything we read, the car just comes loaded. You just get it loaded. That's cool. Do you want the V6? Do you want the V8? What color do you want? I mean, basically, that's it. They give you everything. Apparently, everything is there. Everything is there. That's pretty impressive. $75,000 out the door. Obviously, I'm not going to download the build summary because, well, all you had to do is pick your color and pick your engine. I like the car. Very, very cool car. I'm going to give it a thumbs up for sure. Very nice car. I like the Genesis. At first, I wasn't so sure about it last year, which I did do a review of the 2018 G90. I'll put a link up to that as well. I've done a lot of videos, so sometimes I just don't remember them all. So, great car. I liked it last year. I still like it this year. So, I'm going to go ahead and wrap this video up. If you found this build and price review helpful, informative, or entertaining, please like, share, and subscribe to my channel. If you've watched this video from front to back, you're awesome. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I really, really appreciate it. Other than that, I'm going to tell you have a wonderful day, and I'm going to see you on the very next video.